Hey guys, today we're going to do an unboxing and a look at the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. This is the third generation, so I actually owned the first generation for a while, and this is the third one that came out maybe recently, like last year or something like that. But yeah, this is a audio interface, a USB audio interface that's used to interface with a computer, and it's designed for musicians like me. We can plug in a microphone or a guitar or another instrument, and this allows us to interface our instruments with a computer DAW, right? A DAW software. So something like Logic Pro X or Pro Tools or Cubase, FL Studio. I think this used to be bundled with Ableton as well. So there's a whole bunch of different DAWs out there. DAWs are digital audio workstations, so think of them as just basically pretty advanced audio recording software. Or you can think of it as Final Cut Pro or Premiere, right? Those are the video editing interface, but think of it instead of for video, it's for audio instead. So that's basically what DAWs are. And there's a whole bunch of different USB audio interfaces out there. I personally like Focusrite because this company is very, very well known for their mic preamps. Right, that's how they actually started their company, was with a very famous mic preamp on their consoles and stuff like that. So that's why I got this one, and yeah, it's definitely not the cheapest USB audio interface out there. It's not the most expensive either. It's kind of in the middle, and it's tried and true. You know, I've had the first generation, I've used it before. Just wanted to upgrade to the third generation because it adds a few more features. So let's take a look. The world's best-selling audio interface. I'm actually not sure if that's true. Is it true? I know that Focusrite is fairly popular. I know M Audio is also fairly popular as well. And now you have some new brands like PreSonus and stuff getting into the mix with some cheaper, and Roland as well, actually. So they have some nice alternatives. But Focusrite and M Audio are basically the ones that I knew back in the day. This actually includes Pro Tools first. This might be the free version of Pro Tools, right? Definitely not the full version of Pro Tools, right? That costs money. But this might be the free version. Now Ableton Live, yep, this is the one that they used to always include. And some other software features as well for your DAW. Might add in some more effects and stuff like that. I also used Amplitude before, so I think this might work with Amplitude too, right? All that tube effects, pedal modeling software on your computer, that might work with this as well. So basically that's what this is for, right? If you're using your computer to record your audio for your instrument, and you know, really good for making very snazzy studio type of tracks, good for YouTube videos as well, right? Because I usually record my YouTube videos just using the mic on my camera. But of course, a better way, actually, most people who are pro YouTubers record it this way, right? They just record it into the DAW, and then they record the video and they just sync it up, right? And that makes sure the audio quality is really nice. Or some people don't even use an amp, right? They don't even use an amp anymore. They just plug into your computer and they use a modeling software, right, like Amplitude or something like that, to model an amp or effects pedal. So I haven't really done that yet. I prefer my analog devices, but you could do that as well. So yeah, there's some new features. Mainly the Air one, right? A brighter and more open sound. I really wonder how that one is like. Yeah, anyways, let's unbox it. This bright red USB interface, instantly recognizable, because that's what Focusrite has always been about. That Scarlett range, very recognizable. So this is a USB-C cable, which is nice, that the Focusrite third generation is now very up to date. The first generation used a USB Type-B interface, which is an older interface, right, for audio tools and stuff like that. Actually, even some modern day audio tools still use USB Type-B for interfacing with the computer, like my Boss RC5 that just came out this year, right? My looper pedal still uses USB Type-B. So I don't know why they didn't use C, but yeah, it's good to see it using USB Type-C like everything else. And that's it pretty much. This is just safety instructions, nothing much else aside of that, just the cable and the interface. So let's look at the interface. So Focusrite is a company that was started in the good old UK. So this is a British audio company. So I think if you look at the back here, the bottom, okay. So if you look at the bottom, it'll say designed in England, made in Malaysia. So, yep, UK company. And again, Focusrite is one of the better known manufacturers out there, or designers for USB audio interfaces. But this third generation interface is pretty nice. It's like, compared to the old one I had, the first generation, this is smaller, it's lighter, I think. Definitely feels lighter anyways, but definitely also feels smaller too. I think they shrunk down the dimensions a bit. So on the front, you have those famous Focusrite preamps, right? The mic preamps are part of the reason why I stick to Focusrite, is because that's what they're famous for. You're never going to go wrong with these. A lot of people go for Focusrite because of these mic preamps. They're just really good. And that's what they're known for. That's their specialty. And then you got instrument error, which, interestingly, I should try out. Apparently boosts the signal or whatever, or adds some more headroom or something like that. I'll have to test it out. Direct monitoring, right, for your headphones. 48 volt phantom power, so you can power your condenser mics. Then you get knobs for gain for both of these inputs. So 2i2, right? 2i2 means that there's two inputs, right? Whereas if you go for another model like the Focusrite Solo, it would only have one mic input. And the other one would just be a standard instrument input, like a 1/4 jack, right? But 2i2 means two mic inputs. So that's what this model is about. And then this is the monitoring dial right here. This would be the volume for your headphones. So direct monitor will send it to your headphones and monitor like that. And then this is volume for the headphones. So this is a jack for the headphone. Right, so the back is pretty simple. You just get one USB-C connector and a line level output for the left and right. Right, these would be going to a mixer, or it could be going to a studio monitor as well. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, I like the third generation. It seems more portable, it's smaller, definitely feels lighter as well. And they kept much of the same features and kind of streamlined the back. So it's pretty nice. So this is $180 US, and it's definitely not the cheapest USB audio interface you can get, but it's definitely one of the most tried and true, right? Because the Scarlett line of USB audio interfaces, it's been there for a while, right? Like 15 years or something like that. So definitely a tried and true brand for USB audio interfaces. And I'm actually going to test it out with my Boss amplifier. And it's not really going to be just for guitar. I'm also going to try it out with a microphone as well. So yeah, I'm going to try some homemade karaoke with this thing and see how it goes. Alright guys, so now I got the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 third generation hooked up to my computer. So you can see that it's turned on now. It has LED lights. Actually, the third generation seems to use a lot more LED lights compared to the first generation I used before. And I tried powering it just off a power adapter. It doesn't seem to like it as much. I had to hook it up to my computer to actually get it to power up. So that's kind of interesting. I was hoping I could just power this with an adapter or something, but I guess I can't. Yeah, if you press like 48 volt phantom power, yep, you can see the LED will light up, and direct monitor will light up. So it uses LEDs a lot. And then instrument or air. So instrument, I'm guessing this will be if I actually input a guitar or something like that. Then the air, this effect is supposed to be new for the third generation. It's supposed to add, you know, a little bit more clarity, better tone, supposedly more headroom. It's supposed to just generally be an improvement upon the signal. So I had to test that out, and that's proprietary to the Focusrite, by the way. And then the gain rings here are this is what they had before actually as well in the first generation, but it's gonna light up whenever there's whenever it hears the input level basically. So according to your input level, it's gonna light up. So it's very similar to like a VU meter. So yeah, that's basically it. So you might be asking, well, why don't I just demonstrate the Focusrite by recording something and playing it back to you guys? Well, that's pretty much what everyone else will do. I wanted to try something different. I wanted to show you guys something I can do in real time. Right, so you guys can hear this audio interface working in real time. And I bought my Boss Katana Mini. So the Boss Katana Mini, this is a guitar amp. It's a very small guitar amp, but you can see, right, it has input here for the guitar, gain, the type of the amp it's modeling. So it's got brown, crunch, clean, volume, bass, middle, treble, time for the delay, level, and the power button, of course. But yeah, the Boss Katana Mini is just meant to be a small practice guitar amp, right? Battery powered and everything, very portable. I've had it for a few years now. So that would be an interesting way to show you guys the mic preamps, right, in action, because this would actually amplify the mic input. Well, in theory, anyways, we have to try this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug it into, this is a headphone out, right? So headphone out, I'm gonna plug cable from the headphone out into the input of the amp, and I'm guessing I'm not going to use a condenser mic, so I'm just going to use my Shure SM58 mic. It's a dynamic mic, so no need for 48 volts. I'm going to plug it into the input of the Boss Katana Mini, and I'm probably going to have to adjust the volume levels here. So I'm going to turn the level all the way up and the volume all the way up. I'm going to keep the gain at low because we don't, this is for guitars, right? So we don't want to have any kind of distortion on our mic, but we do want to turn the level up because the mic volume is going to be a little bit too small, so we do need to boost that. And then I have it set to, this is the crunch mode right now. If I set it to clean mode, there's not going to be enough volume, right? So you need to have actually a lot of volume in order to boost the mic input level. But not brown mode. Brown mode is like too high, and that will cause too much distortion. So I'm just going to select the crunch mode. So yeah, and we're gonna plug in the SM58 here. So the Shure SM58 goes in the first input, and then in the second input we're gonna put the aux cable. So I'm gonna connect the aux cable to my phone because I'm gonna be playing some YouTube videos for the karaoke background music. So thankfully my Pixel 4a has a headphone jack, so I plug it in like that, and that's basically it. And I think I had to turn up the volume as well for the monitoring. So this is the monitoring volume. I'm going to turn that up as well. I'm going to set direct monitoring on, and I'm going to turn up the gain levels for both of these inputs, for both the aux and the mic. Okay, so first one's the mic. I'm going to test it out. Turn this on too, right? Hello, hello. Okay, so you can see it lighting up as I talk, and oh, it's getting noises from my computer too. Great. So I'm going to turn up the input volume of the mic to a level where I think it's loud enough. We gotta have it loud enough. Okay, so now it's like yellow. The yellow is like, it's like almost too loud. It's like trying to warn you, right? So I'm just gonna turn it a little bit down. Okay, so here would be probably the right volume, because we're also going to turn up the volume for the aux as well. Okay, and I have everything else, the monitoring volume, the volume on the amp, and the level all set to max with no gain, because turning up the gain, you know, it will cause some distortion, right? And if I turn to brown mode, that's too much distortion, right? So this is all the best I can do with this setup. This is kind of my homemade karaoke setup. Yeah, on my phone, I'm just going to be playing a YouTube video that's like a karaoke video. So, okay, well, let's play a classic one. Okay, we're going to go with Journey, Don't Stop Believing. This is a very classic song, classic rock song. You know, everyone plays this at a karaoke bar. So we're going to adjust the levels as we see fit. Okay, okay, so you can hear the video. Let's see if this is loud enough. That's actually loud enough, right? Okay, so this is the second input, the aux. You can also put another mic here, right, for duet. And then there's another aux input on the back of this amp, so I could try that as well if I have another person that wants to sing with me. Right. Alright, let's go. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy,
born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere.
Alright, I don't want to sing too much for copyright reasons, but yeah, this is my this is my little experiment, okay? Just using the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 and the Boss Katana Mini as like a homemade karaoke setup. And actually the advantage of this setup over a traditional karaoke system is like when you buy a traditional karaoke system, it's like a PA system, right? You have to buy like a gigantic PA speaker, basically. I mean, obviously it's better for karaoke than this setup. This is like a really, you know, I basically MacGyvered this, right? It's not meant for karaoke, but compared to those like big PA systems and like those big karaoke machines and stuff like that, all of this could actually just fit in a backpack, right? So this is kind of like a portable karaoke setup that I can take basically anywhere. So it's kind of an interesting setup I have here, right? So this can be fit in my backpack, this can fit in my backpack, I can fit a laptop in my backpack, right? Yeah, obviously my phone fits in the backpack. So this entire karaoke setup is very portable, and you know, instead of carrying like a big PA speaker system with like a large speaker, I can just go with this. And for small groups, right, not for big groups because obviously the speaker is not that big, but for small groups it seems like it's okay, like you know, 2, 3, maybe 4 people. Even accepts 2 mics, right? You can put another aux cable over there to play additional songs. So yeah, I mean, this can work. And it also shows you the power of the preamp mics. And actually I didn't turn the air setting on. Let's see. So this is without the air setting. If I turn the air setting on, I turn the air setting on now. Whoops. Okay, so now air's on. I don't know if there's a big difference. I can also put the air on the other one as well. Okay, so I got air on. Not sure if that makes like a big difference or anything. Alright, so I have air setting turned on for both, and I'm going to play like another bar and see if it makes like a difference.
A singer in a smoky room, I smell of one cheap perfume. A smile they can share the night, and goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night.
I'm not sure if it makes like a big difference, but also I have delay on. I can turn the delay off, so this would be without any kind of echo or reverb or delay. So actually a benefit of having this amp, even though it's a guitar amp not meant for karaoke, is that I can put a little bit of echo in here, or a little bit of reverb for people who like to have that in karaoke. So I have like a little bit, yeah, maybe it was like a little bit too much before. But yeah, it seems like air adds just a little bit more presence. It's not like a huge noticeable difference or anything. It adds like a little bit of presence though. So I think generally it's just a setting you probably want to leave on the whole time. So yeah, adds a little bit more presence. You know, not very noticeable or anything, but definitely doesn't take away from anything either. Just adds a little bit more fullness. So yeah, I think the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 is pretty good so far. I'm gonna have to test it obviously with recording, which is what it's actually meant for. But you guys have seen it now in real time how the mic preamps are, right? Because I just used it in real time as a karaoke device. So anyways guys, that's it. The Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, and I will have to test it with actually recording it with a DAW. I can use Ableton or FL Studio is probably what I would usually use. And that's it guys. That's the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 3rd generation. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. And that's it. Thanks for watching.